So, you're a founder. You've got this huge idea, right? But here's the thing. How do you keep it from sounding like, well, just a daydream and turn it into something a VC will actually write a check for? That's the real challenge. And today we're going to break down exactly how to craft a truly investable vision.
You know, this quote really gets to the heart of it. Think about it. Features come and go. They're temporary. You can't raise money on something that's going to be outdated in a year. You raise on a powerful underlying belief about where the world is going. That's your vision. And that's what gets you funded.
Right, and this is the trap so many founders fall right into. I mean, we've all heard the pitches, haven't we? We're transforming the way people work. It sounds massive, but to an investor, it's just a fluffy cloud. It's vague, it's ungrounded, and honestly, it's a huge red flag.
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Let's break down how you get from that soft, kind of fuzzy idea to something that's sharp, undeniable, and, actually investable.
Okay, let's get real. What are investors actually looking for when you walk into that room? It's not just a cool idea. They're looking for belief. They need to feel your conviction, to see that you see a future that other people are missing, a future where your startup success feels totally inevitable.
And this right here, this contrast, is everything. On one hand, you've got this buzzword salad vision, the future of AI-driven decision-making. Sounds kind of cool, right? But it's not fundable. A fundable vision is anchored in something real, a shift you can point to that's already happening. That's the difference between a wild guess and a clear direction.
And that really brings us to a super important point. A strong vision isn't about you having a crystal ball. It's more like you're a ship captain. You see a powerful current that's already moving, and you're just showing them how you're going to ride that wave. You're not predicting the future, you're steering into it.
All right, so this sounds great in theory, but how do you do it? How do you actually build this thing? Well, we can break down this big, abstract concept of vision into something you can really work with. It's a framework built on 3 core pillars. And here they are. It's all about the shift, the wedge, and the insight. When you put these 3 together, that's when a simple idea starts to look and feel like a credible, fundable plan. So let's dig into the first one, the shift. This is your anchor. It's what ties your big idea to the real world. It's some undeniable change in tech, in policy, whatever, that's happening outside of your control, but it makes your company possible right now. For a VC, this is gold, because it de-risks their bet by tying your success to an unstoppable wave.
Okay, pillar number 2, the wedge. If your big vision is the destination, the wedge is the sharp, focused entry point you use to crack the market open. Look, you can't boil the ocean on day one, and everyone knows that. The wedge is your proof that you're not going to try. It's about solving one specific, urgent problem so perfectly that it makes your whole grand vision feel not just possible, but inevitable.
And that brings us to the third pillar, the insight. This is really the why you question. What have you seen or done that gives you a unique perspective nobody else has? And let's be clear, this isn't just some fluffy talking point. This earned insight is the foundation of trust. And trust? Well, that's the real currency when you're fundraising. So once you've got those 3 pillars locked in, what's next? The job is to translate that core vision into a story of momentum. You have to show them this isn't just a wishful dream. It's a real company, and it's already moving.
And this is how you do it. You have to connect the dots for them. First, you talk about what's happening right now, your early customers, your prototypes, what you've learned so far. Then, you tell them exactly what's coming next, that one logical milestone. And finally, you paint the picture of that inevitable future where all this momentum is leading. It proves you're not just dreaming, you're already driving.
This one busts a pretty common myth. You don't need to show a gazillion-dollar market on day one. What really matters is the market alive? Are people talking about new problems? Are you seeing new behaviors? That's the signal that you're early to a movement, not just another company chasing a big number. But let's be real. A vision, no matter how great, isn't a business on its own. You've got to connect it directly to value. That means having solid answers to some tough questions. What specifically will someone pay for? What does real success look like in the next 12 to 18 months? And what's the very next move after you've captured that first wedge? Answering these questions turns a cool project into a fundable company.
Okay, so you've built this amazing vision. But guess what? That's not enough. You have to be able to deliver it, because investors aren't just listening to your story. They're measuring your conviction. They're feeling out your signal strength. Yeah, this quote absolutely nails it. It's how you carry the vision, the confidence, the clarity, that sense of grounded certainty. That's what makes it magnetic. It's not about being a slick salesperson.
It's about being deeply, unshakably sure. That's what VCs remember. Just think about the first 30 seconds of a meeting. The rookie move? Jumping straight into the slides. The pro? They start with one single, powerful sentence that frames the whole conversation. They don't pitch a deck, they lead with their insight. And that shift changes everything. You're not there hoping for a yes, you're offering them a chance to come along for the ride. And don't forget, the pitch is already started before you even walk in the door. You better believe investors do their homework. Your website, your one-liner on social media, every single word out there has to be tight, consistent, and part of the same story. It all builds that signal of clarity. All right, as we start to wrap this up, let's touch on maybe the most important idea of all. Vision is a discipline. It's not a one-and-done thing you write down. It's a constant process of sharpening, of focusing, not just making it bigger.
And this difference right here is so critical. You've got a swelling vision, which is just adding stuff. More features, more markets. It gets wider, sure, but it gets weaker, like a balloon stretched too thin. A growing vision is different. Its roots go deeper. The core inside gets sharper. Your understanding of your customer becomes profound. That disciplined growth is what investors back.
So, what's the bottom line here? The founders who successfully raise money aren't just better at telling stories. They know their story inside and out because they've hammered it into shape, they've put it under pressure, they've turned that fuzzy cloud into a diamond. Because what makes you fundable isn't the size of your vision, it's the clarity.
And that really leaves just one last question for you to ask yourself about your own idea. Is it just a vague wish, sort of floating on a cloud of buzzwords? Or is it a clear, powerful direction, anchored in a real shift, with a sharp wedge and your unique insight? Because the answer to that question makes all the difference.